Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Below the Line, the show about how movies are made, with your two favorite hosts. Yes, I am Andres Ramirez again, with the Creep Spirit live and well. I'm here with my good friend and co-host to talk all about Avatar coming out in December. So I guess it's now a Christmas movie. You heard it here first. How are you, Zach?
I'm just waiting for the music to stop. Glad we're
Okay,
keeping
now it faded out.
it. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I'm
How
doing
are you,
well, man.
man?
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I mean, getting pumped up for the Christmas holiday season at the theaters. Seems like it's going to be very chaotic. Box office sort of time for the industry. I mean, so many movies. You were telling me what's the name of that film that just got bad reviews or something?
Oh, Ella McKay. Yeah, unfortunately, James L. Brooks does not have the sauce and made a movie that may have been fine a couple years ago, but probably more or less belongs on streaming. Like, it's the kind of movie that used to get made in the 90s and 2000s a lot and brought in, a pretty healthy box office, but
What is
now
the
it's
film
looking.
about?
It's about a politician, a young one, and it flashes back between her life as a teenager versus her life as a young woman trying to get by. It's directed by James L. Brooks, who did
Uh huh.
some pretty big movies in the 80s and 90s, As Good as It Gets, and Broadcast News, and Terms of Endearment. And he's also known for being one of the creators and developers of The Simpsons
Okay.
and the Mary Tyler Moore Show. So he's very much a guy who has an established formula. And no, it was really heartbreaking to see it not live up to the hype because of the reviews that it's getting and just, how people say it's from a different time.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of movies are going to get destroyed during the holiday season.
Oh,
And
of
again, I
course.
think I blame Hollywood for not spacing out the calendar. Maybe this film would have been better received in October.
Well, the fact that 20th Century decided to release it now when they
Well,
literally are coming out with Avatar the week after, it's pretty sad, all things considered.
is it a award season film?
I guess that was the goal. It was supposed to be an award season film, but it
Okay, but it's
definitely
not.
no. It's trying to be like what he did back in the '80s with Terms of Endearment, make a crowd
Hmm.
pleaser that's a comedy that also acts as a award film, and that's clearly not it with this one.
I like the actress Emma Mackey. She's really wonderful, but I also think she has struggled to live up to the potential that she showed up in Sex Education.
Yeah,
Like
but
outside of that role, she has only been a supporter in like Barbie, and she has done a few indies, but she hasn't done something successful yet.
I'll give it a year. There's a big movie from Netflix coming out next year that she has a
She's
big
in,
role in,
which is
which is based on an old book series that is coming
oh
back.
my god,
That is another
it's
Christmas
Narnia,
film. Yeah, Narnia, the Magician's Nephew.
but it's Narnia. Apparently, have you heard the quotes from the IMAX CEO or something?
Yeah, I've heard of it that they're trying to get it onto screens longer. I think this is
Well,
the
no,
first big Netflix film that is
yeah, it
coming
is the
out.
first one,
Yeah,
but I've heard that apparently this film is going to change the world.
we'll
That's
see.
what the CEO said. According to Collider, uh, Narnia, their CEO of Netflix said that this is going to create a cultural event. Going to create a cultural event because it's going to change the world. So I guess Netflix is might not be so bad after all
For
if they're
this one,
changing the
yeah.
world.
I'm also
Is it
glad that they are adapting The Magician's Nephew as the first book
well
because I mean it's literally the beginning of all of Narnia, and I think it's
adapting
or adapting
quotation?
because they've already
Uh,
adapted the best books in the
whoa,
series.
whoa, whoa! And then just also, if the rumors are true, they're borrowing it. I'm not sure if they're adapting it, which it's going to create a controversy on its own. If you know what I mean.
I
Like if
do.
Aslan is not Aslan. I
Well,
mean, not that I'm a purist, but
we're
that's
just assuming. To me, I hold the. Actually, I should have put Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe as one of the top 10
a good
Christmas
Christmas
movies.
film.
Because it is a Christmas film. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
set in a Christmas setting. Santa's in it in a different way. No, I really like that Narnia is, its own thing. And it was different from Harry Potter. And it was just a shame that it kind of got
Well, Disney
abandoned.
wanted Harry Potter.
Oh, they did. And this is,
That was the problem.
they wanted
That
Lord
was
of
the
the
problem.
Rings, they wanted Harry Potter, and this is all they could get. And it sucks because I think the first three
I'm
Narnia movies
tired.
are pretty great. And they just lost faith in the second one that they gave it to Fox. And I guess technically they do own the first three now, but they never finished it because they never made their money back.
The actors recently had a reunion, so I'm sure they would be happy to come back.
Oh, that'd be great if they make like a cameo in like The Last Battle if Netflix ever decides to adapt it. But we'll have to wait and see.
Well, this movie has to be a success first.
Yeah, well, again, we'll see. I mean, I am happy they are adapting The Magician's Nephew. It's the first technically book in the series, if we're counting it from chronological order. I do have faith in Greta Gerwig after Barbie that this can work in terms of her as a
She's a
blockbuster
good
director.
director,
Very good director. No, Barbie was the proof like she could do anything.
but Barbie was a very specific movie.
It was, but she made it work, and she's
Yeah,
gonna make
we'll
this.
see.
Yeah.
Rumors make me nervous, you know, but we'll see.
Well,
Yeah, in a year or so. So you take the lead because you wanted to talk about the December box office and a particular small indie movie about blue people, I think.
oh, you mean Smurfs? We talked about that back in the summer, and I hated that
Oh
film.
my, I forgot that movie came out this year, if I'm being honest, brother.
I think even Rihanna forgot about it. But no, I'm talking about yellow character SpongeBob. No, I'm kidding. We are talking Avatar, which I
Well,
do
we
feel
can
bad
also talk about SpongeBob.
a bit. Yeah, just about the first couple movies. 'Cause he's got like five movies now. This is the sixth one if you count the
Does
Netflix
he?
films. Yeah,
I guess good for him.
yeah. Well, we went from like 2004, where it was just one movie, to a decade of that one movie. They made a second one in 2015. And then in the last 10 years, we got three more movies, one for theaters if they weren't shut down by COVID, and two Netflix films. And now we're getting this fourth one. So
That's crazy.
it is crazy.
I didn't know about that one, actually.
You didn't know about that, really?
No, I mean, I know about this one. I just didn't know. I mean, the last SpongeBob film I've seen in theaters was in 2015. Before that, it was the one that he sang "I Wanna Rock." That's the one that came out in the mid 2000s, right?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, and that one was 3D, and now they're hybrid, and they have live action people. I don't know. I haven't followed up with SpongeBob,
I'm just gonna say,
but
any time that character is on screen, I love him. I think he's just such an endearing character, and I mean, literally, I have no issues with all the movies. Maybe the Sandy Cheeks one a little bit, just because it wasn't written or worked on by people of the show. But just to get it out there, I am very excited for this movie, and I'd rather watch it over the new Avatar, which, yeah, I guess we should talk about. But that's kind of the feeling everyone has about it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess my question for you is, what was your first introduction to Avatar? Because for everyone, it's kind of different.
Well, I mean, I remember seeing that first one, but yeah, I mean, I saw it theatrically. It came out during Christmas, right?
Yep,
Like
it
a
was
very
during the
long time
holidays.
ago. I remember seeing it in IMAX on 3D, as everybody probably saw it. And I remember saying, okay, this is fun. And I kind of forgot about it until the sequel. I watched the sequel. I said, okay, this is fun, a bit too long. I kind of don't get the whales, but the visual effects are really good. And James Cameron financed his underwater expeditions to figure out how the water looked. So he made sure the water looked as great. So I said, this is fun. And then I kind of forgot about it. So I guess My experience with Avatar is I recognize the world building. I think the direction is phenomenal, but I just don't care about the world. If that makes sense. Like I respect what Cameron has created, but I don't think it's as compelling as his other works like Aliens, Terminator, or any of his other franchises.
And Titanic, even.
Well, Titanic, I guess, can he make a sequel like a franchise out of
Well,
Titanic?
no, no, no. I don't mean a franchise. I mean just his other like films in
Yeah,
general.
yeah, yeah. But I think in terms of world building and creating a world, I think, well, I mean, Aliens is not his world, but he kind of expanded the world of Alien further. Like he introduced the pulse rifles, he introduced the idea of a queen. I think he expanded the horror low budget film that was Alien into something larger. And I think he's really good at creating worlds. I just don't know if Avatar missed the punch to become a legendary franchise, if that makes sense.
No, of course. I get that. For me, I saw it with my class in school because, it was about nature and saving the rainforests, typical elementary school stuff
The
that you'd want to
whales.
watch. Yeah, save the whales, basically.
Yeah.
When The Simpsons says to nuke them. It's pretty funny. No, to me, I think this is very much what happened to James Cameron is the same thing that happened to George Lucas. Is that he made a bunch of movies before that you could argue he had the work of an auteur, but then the moment
He
that
was an auteur.
an auteur, yeah, Lucas was an auteur.
I mean, I would say both of them are. Both
Oh,
of
they
them
are.
were, are. I just don't know. That's an interesting question, though. What is an
But
auteur?
that's to me though is like they were directing their own movies, but then they had this one big hit, this science fiction film that just blew up out of the water, and from then on that became their life's work. They would go and produce and help write scripts, like Lucas had Indiana Jones, he had Howard the
Yeah,
Duck, he had like Strange Magic, just random stuff. But then Cameron would have his documentaries, or he did Alita Battle Angel. He came back to Terminator with Dark
Billie
Fate.
Eilish.
Billie Eilish, yeah, that's coming out. I'm not excited
Yeah,
for that. I don't like
me
these
neither.
monster
But
movies, but weird,
I
weird
know they're
collab.
using his name to promote it for
It's
sure.
not going to make $1 billion. I'm sorry to
No,
say.
it's not.
But to me, I think though it is a little bloated, though it does not have the same impact as Star Wars because it never capitalized on its success when Avatar was breaking big. Like,
Well, the thing is, I would ask you the question because I agree with you. And sorry to interrupt.
no, that's okay.
Was Avatar ever successful? Okay, let me pivot my thought process here. I know the first made $1 billion, right?
Two
That's
billion dollars,
fantastic.
first movie to make.
Uh, okay, the first one made $2 billion, thanks to China in part. All good, right? But what was its legacy? Like, I know the main character is named Jake Sully. Is that his name? But
Yep, Jake
besides
Sully.
that, I have no clue about the lore of this world. And so I think the first one was successful, but was it successful because of its story? Like, Luke Skywalker, Hero's Journey, it's a very compelling story. Avatar, there's so much subtext, it's so long, it's kind of boring at times. Was it successful because of its characters and story, or because how Cameron shot it and the
I believe
technology he chose?
it was the first movie that definitely utilized 3D that was making a
I mean, the
comeback that
only.
year. And people suddenly realized, oh, we can actually make this something. Like he forced theaters to bring in 3D conversions and 3D projectors in order for it to showcase it.
Mhm.
Even when its sequel came out years later, I did go to see it in 3D because it was the first time I thought in a while, oh, I want to see this in 3D because of how fantastic that movie looked when it came out. And to me, that's what it was. He said he was going to bring them to a visual world. And I will say that Pandora is a great world to visit
Yeah.
in the same way you go to like a 360 live showing of like fly over Hawaii or something, because you're
Yeah, yeah,
these
yeah,
big
yeah.
landscapes and you're fit in that world. And he's very good at that. The scale that he had in Terminator,
Oh,
in Titanic,
fantastic! Yeah.
and Aliens, he knows how to convey space in a very strong,
Mm-hmm.
very like good framing device. It's just because the story doesn't lack any substance whatsoever. Because that first one, at least, was very much Dances with Wolves and any other like First
And
Nations.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, Pocahontas.
Yeah.
The natives are not savages. We're the white people. It's all greed and stuff. That, I think, is where people have the right to get annoyed at, because yeah, absolutely, he made a movie that was to convey that, and again, he never capitalized on it. Yeah, people referenced it for like the first year or two when it came out, but after that he kept promising a sequel that took over a decade to make, whether it was just COVID or whether it was just
Well,
delays from the technology that wasn't there.
I think the excuse was the technology, because I don't I think the story was so sloppy. Well, I don't mind the second one. I really don't remember what it's about, if I'm being honest.
That's the
Um,
me with the second one too.
but I just remember it's about saving the whales or something. But Mr. Cameron, if you ever listen to this, you're one of the goats, and Canadian, by the way. He's Canadian,
He is
and I think
Canadian.
you're a master. You're a legend, and I admire you with all respect. I just think the technology was not there for him to do the underwater shots in 2010. I believe the scripts have been written for over 2 decades. I just don't think he has. He could make them with the
Mm.
technology available. Um, but I don't know. I think it's an interesting franchise. Do you think this one coming out will make more than $2 billion?
I don't want to say no, because I thought that Avatar, The Way of Water, wasn't going to do it. But I think, like the Star Wars sequel trilogy, I think the initial hype that, oh, we got an Avatar sequel, and now we're finally cashing in on that hype now that we have that Ubisoft game, that Avatar world. Now it's starting to wear off a little bit, like all of Disney's franchises that they're milking. But at the
Yeah,
very least, it's still got the auteur, person in charge. And he did say that if it's not successful, then he's not going to make Avatar 4 and 5, which he said the same thing about Avatar 2. If that didn't gross whatever, how many, it wouldn't do so well.
but is that according to him or according to Bob Iger?
That's according to him. But I mean, Bob Iger
Oh,
probably has different
yeah, like
ways of
I
thinking.
mean, it's one of their lands in Disneyland or Disney World. I think they're opening it somewhere else, right? A land.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
if they're expanding the land, I know it's in Animal Kingdom, and I've been to that land in Animal Kingdom, and it's the same feeling you get with the movies. You're like, wait, this is Pandora, and they have like the Tree of Life or whatever, and you're like, it doesn't feel as magic as when you walk into. You've been to Universal, right? To like Hogsmeade,
Hmm.
even
I
Mario
have it.
Land, like the level of immersion, you really feel connected. And I think it's because the story, and in this one you're like, okay, and the ride is very cool. You get to ride one of the banshees or whatever it's called. And if you're going to make a video game, I know this is not a gaming channel, although we talk about gaming. Why would you choose Ubisoft of all studios to develop a game?
Because they did the first game back in 2009.
There was a game in 2009.
Yeah, when it first came out, Ubisoft released a game.
Really?
Yep.
Did it flop? Because I
I
never
mean,
heard of this.
it's your typical movie tie-in of the time period. I think
Oh, it was a
Frontiers of
tie,
Pandora was supposed to be like the
and
big
in between.
blockbuster, yeah, but it didn't live up to that hype.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those games where, again, that game didn't do so well. But I also think Disney doesn't know how to choose studios. Like, why would you choose that game studio when you can choose? I don't know, uh, well, Naughty Dog is not as good as it once was, but like I don't know. I think Ubisoft has also failed with Star Wars, even.
Hmm.
But
No, I
I
agree.
don't know. I think so. You're not looking forward to Avatar.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see.
Are
I
you
mean,
seeing it though?
yeah, I probably will in 3D because why not?
I mean, you kind of have to, right? It's like Avatar. Uh, so I mean, it is like that iconic movie, right? Uh, so come the holiday season, what are you watching first? Anaconda, Avatar, or Square
Or
Bob
SpongeBob?
Pants?
I'm going to
Yeah,
see SpongeBob, so that's my
really,
first one. Yeah.
really.
Support
Okay.
the people I'm working with on my
Oh,
feature. But I would rather see SpongeBob over those other movies. So Anaconda kind of reminds me of Jumanji.
I mean, it looks very Jumanji esque, but I mean, it's also about making movies. Ironically,
Yeah,
and like Jack Black is a very good fake filmmaker, if you know what I mean, because
I
he
do.
was the director in King Kong in the Peter Jackson version.
And that was also released during Christmas time. So look at that.
Was it?
Yeah, it
I
was.
guess all Peter Jackson films are being released in Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's probably retired by this point, but I
Nah, he's
mean, he's producing. He hasn't directed in like a decade or so,
yeah.
like since The Hobbit. But I mean, that's also a good film, I guess. Um, yeah, I guess anything you want to add about Avatar? I guess where do you see the franchise going? Like, have you heard anything about the new film? Like, is it supposed to be good? Is it supposed to be bad? Or is it supposed to be mediocre?
Well, like the last ones, they say it's a visual spectacle, but it's definitely not up to par with its story, which pretty much sounds like how the other ones were. So take that with what you will. Maybe the fourth and fifth movie will have better stories. Maybe it'll continue to rip off Avatar: The Last Airbender. Fully live up to that. This one's based on
Well,
fire.
do you think James Cameron will be physically able to finish these movies?
I mean, he has to. I mean, he's in his 70s, so he's got a bit of a time
I
to
mean,
get done.
Scorsese is still directing, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, Woody Allen was still directing until he got canceled. So,
Well, he still directs. He makes movies in Europe.
oh, there
Like
you
I
go.
think his last film, he made it in France, and it's fully French. So
Yeah, and
like
that guy's in
in
his
French.
90s.
I mean, he has some young person next to him, so I guess that helps him feel young. I guess.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, yeah, it's going to be an interesting December. So if you had to put your a bet, how much money do you think it'll make on its opening weekend, and where is it coming from? China?
it'll be China, but I think worldwide it'll probably do like 500, 400 million. And then domestically, it'll do 110, maybe 100 million, a little less than the
So
last
so
couple.
600
Yeah,
total. I mean, that's not bad for James Cameron. I mean, it is bad, but it's not bad for like any other movie. Do you think it can match Zootopia's numbers for like the first week?
it has potential. I think it could.
I think that's probably what Disney wants. I think Disney would be fine if they don't make as much money as the second one, but they're close to Zootopia. I
Yeah,
think this year Disney would be happy just to have $3 billion films like Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia, and Avatar. They would take that win, especially with all the drama in Hollywood going on.
I agree. I agree.
But yeah, I guess my question to you is: do you think Avatar has a long-lasting impact in culture, in gaming, in film in general, or where do you see the franchise?
I think it's another zeitgeist. It's now having its moments. I don't know its staying power, other than there's some of the highest grossing movies of all time,
Fair.
because there have been other highest grossing movies of all time that don't get talked about anymore. But
Gone with win.
yeah, Gone with the Wind, even though it's iconic. Um,
And it's the most profitable film of all time,
yeah, when you just for
adjusted to
inflation.
inflation. Yep. Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean, I agree with you. I think long term, it will be remembered for the history. Is it visual effects or cinematography?
for its visual effects, not its
I think
cinematography.
that's its legacy and its long lasting impact. Although, really, nobody's able to play with that degree of visual effects because the budget is highly immense. So, I don't know if it even has a legacy.
Yeah.
If you can make 10 years to make a movie, your VFX departments are not overworked like half of the other films.
Hmm. No, I
So
agree.
I hope that James Cameron takes Avatar as a way to help visual effects companies and really make sure all filmmakers have access to that level of technology and that it's manageable for all filmmakers and all VFX artists. So maybe I hope too much, but I would
Yeah.
hope that a film that has no appeal with the general masses, like a diehard fan base, could help filmmakers of tomorrow. So we'll tell you what we think about Avatar since this is our preview. Maybe next year or
Yeah.
maybe sometime in December, but we'll see. We'll definitely talk about Avatar in spoilers and in length. That's if we survive the 3 hours and 40 minutes this thing probably lasts with trailers and everything. So, do you want to sign us off, my friend?
You got it. He's Andres Ramirez. You can follow him at Jaro2096. I'm the Zach Houston. Our podcast Instagram is below the line underscore podcast. We're on Spotify and YouTube as well. Feel free to listen to us whenever you want. So, yeah, hope you enjoy your blue Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas style experience.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Enjoy the movies. Happy holidays.
Happy
Bye,
holidays.
Zach.
Bye.